Okay guys, how we doing? I hope you're all okay on this Friday evening. The weekend is looming and we're all hoping for some fun. For me personally, I'm probably going to be working most of the weekend, so you know, it's all good I suppose, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Life goes on, life keeps ticking over, and you just got to keep cracking on. Keep calm and carry on. That's what they used to say in the war. That was the words that used to keep them going, and I'm living by that motto. So this video basically is in response to a couple of people who've asked me a couple of questions over the course of the last day or two, and to kind of shed some light on something that I've done. Now, this isn't an easy commentary for me to make. For those of you who know me, I suppose a little bit more personally, you'll know I'm quite a sort of private person. I don't really like to air my dirty laundry too much. I don't like to ask for anything, you know. My channel has grown because people have offered me that chance. I've never ever approached a YouTuber and says, please like and favourite this video, or can I, you know, upload to your channel or anything like that. I've been lucky enough where it's kind of come to me, and I'm really thankful for that. But I never like to ask for things, never ever. I've mentioned when things have gone wrong and people have offered to help, and I love that, you know. And obviously, quid pro quo, Clarice, quid pro quo. One good turn deserves another. People help me out, I normally help them out with their channels by giving them some exposure or letting them upload a video on my channel. So it's all good, you know, that kind of networking. However, this is a little bit more different, and like I say, this is kind of a personal thing, and I'm quite embarrassed to talk about it, but people asked, and people will start asking a hell of a lot more, and I guess I need to respond. So basically, I've had to make a decision on something, and it wasn't an easy decision to make. It kind of took a lot of toing and froing. But I decided to throw caution to the wind and do it anyway. Now, before I reveal what it is, should I say, first of all, let me explain something. Last year, I made a video, roughly about a year from now, and it was basically talking about how my internet had gone down because I didn't pay the bill, because I got laid off from work, and, you know, the recession and everything else. The recession's been terrible in this country for the building industry, and it meant that, you know, I was obviously without work for a couple of weeks. Therefore, other things took precedence over the internet, and unfortunately, you know, you have to find the money to feed your family before you can think about sitting there and gaming and scaring the internet and uploading to YouTube. So I kind of went off radar for about 2 weeks, and, you know, obviously the result of that was people was wondering where I've gone. You know, where have you gone? Have you quit? What have you done? So I made a comeback video and I said, hey, I'm back. You know, basically what happened was blah, blah, blah. But I've got the internet turned back on. It's all good. I'm trying to claw my way back on my feet. And there was a lot of people making responses to that video by saying, hey, you know what you want to do? You want to just set up a PayPal account. Well, obviously you've got a PayPal account, but you want to set up a donate button, put it on your channel, and, you know, just let people donate if they want to donate. Some people will, some people really won't feel like they have to. And I kind of said no to that, you know. I wasn't really interested in that, because me personally, I wouldn't donate to a channel. I suppose if I was financially happy enough and settled, then maybe I would. If a channel I thought needed it, then I would help out in that way. But because I'm not really a financially secure person at this moment in time, the way I help other channels out is by giving them exposure, or, you know, the Legion of a Puck channel. That was originally why I set it up, was to give channels some exposure, and I've given people exposure on here and shout outs and things like that, because I like helping people out. But unfortunately, you know, I kind of need help myself sometimes. And the current situation that I'm in now is that money's very tight at the minute, and very, very tight. And a lot of people say to me, hey, Puck, you know, why don't you do 2 uploads a day? I'd love to see 2 uploads a day from you. When can you start doing that? And it's like, do you know what? I'd love to, but I can't. And then people say to me, hey, you're streaming tonight. You're going to live stream. You know, I missed your last stream. When's your next one? Is it tomorrow? And I'd say to them exactly the same thing. Do you know what? I'd love it to be, but it can't. It just simply can't. And the main reason for that being is that, I've said before in a video, we live in a shoe at the top of the hill. We live in a nice area, but our house is the smallest quarter house in the area. It's tiny. It's a 1-bedroomed house. It's got a kitchen, a bathroom, a downstairs living room, and a bedroom, and that's pretty much it. So therefore, with 3 people, myself, my wife, and my little 5-year-old, well, big 5-year-old now, she's getting tall, rattling around that house and sharing a bedroom and things like that, it's just becoming really cramped, and the pressure's sort of getting on us. Now, the whole idea was, and this started a couple of years ago, we wanted to move. We wanted to move before she got too big, and obviously start up in a new house with a bigger, you know, with a couple more bedrooms. And she was obviously going to have a back garden, which we don't have, which would help her develop. And obviously for me, I could get myself a nice little studio set up in a room where I could do things more professionally and privately. However, that's not the case, because obviously the recession, like I say, has only just started to lift. But the backlog of problems that has caused me is that it's got me in a little bit of financial difficulty, let's just say. So, you know, you take out loans and things like that, and unfortunately when you get paid you have to pay them back. And that means that we can't move on. Now, I'm not trying to give you the sympathy story. There's not going to be violins or sad music playing in the background. I'm just kind of answering a question of people asked, why is there a donate button on your channel? Why is there a donate button on your Twitch? The whole reason why I put that button there is because people said that I should do it. So many people said, just put it up, see what happens. If people want to donate, they will. If they don't, they won't. And you know what, I thought I'd throw caution to the wind and give it a whirl and maybe see what came of it, because basically the whole reason is I'm not here hunting for a PS4, okay? You know, I've got an Xbox 360, I've got a PS3 that I would love to play more of, but it's hacked up to shit. But you know, I've got the old consoles, everybody's moved on to next gen, and I'm not ready to sort of fork out the money for a next gen console, but it's not a necessity in my life. You know, I can do without, I can hold on to what I've got and enjoy using that, because it still gives me that element of entertainment. However, the important things to me is the fact that we've got a kitchen that's unfinished. Now, last year in Call of Duty Ghost, when that came out, we started having our kitchen done, and the whole thought process behind it was, everybody that comes around to view the house says, it's lovely, this is great, that's great, but your kitchen's dated, you need a new kitchen, and therefore I'm sorry, I'm not prepared to pay that money. So that was what we did. We got a guy in, we forked out a load of money for the kitchen to be done, we got a guy in to put the, you know, fit everything up. And unfortunately, because I lost my job, sorry, this is really difficult to talk about. Unfortunately, because I lost my job, you know, work kind of ceased. So therefore, now in our small living room, we've got an oven, a cooker, we've got work surfaces, we've got cupboards that are half erect, we've got pots, pans, plates, and everything else, because our kitchen just is not finished. Now, all of our money's tied up in everything else, and every now and then when we get a little tiny bit, we put it to one side to get the kitchen done. Once we get the kitchen done, we can sell the house, we can move out and start a new life. But that's just not a possibility at the moment because, like I say, things are too tight. So hopefully with putting that donation button up there, if somebody donated $1, it would help. But that's the whole reason why I've put it up. You know, people keep telling me to do it, and the idea is that they said is, look, put the donation button there. If people want to donate, they will donate. If they don't want to, then they don't want to. And I suppose that's essentially the key, you know. And you know, for the people who don't really sort of buy into that kind of thing, there's absolutely no obligation. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing regardless. I just, you know, people just thought it might help me out, and I'm kind of following advice. So, like I say, you know, that's the whole idea why it's there. And if anybody thinks that that's cheap and I shouldn't do it, then I'm sorry I've let you down. But for me, it's all about trying to get a better quality of life, so that you know, it can make this thing a little bit more easier for me, because it's just my setup is so shit. You know, my computer blew up, so I'm using my old laptop with the PC screen attached to it because the screen cracked on the laptop. That's all balancing with a load of wires, and I've got a microphone that's kind of teetering on the edge of that, and it's all in the living room, and it's just messy, and I need to get my own setup sorted in my own room where I can do this from a more professional basis. And obviously then you get more uploads, and then you get more streaming, and then obviously it helps build my channel. Maybe my Twitch account can grow, and then I can kind of get partnered from that, and then I don't have to have a donation button. But in the interim, people keep saying do it, so I've done it. So that's the whole reason why it's there. Just felt like I needed to explain that. So like I say, don't feel obliged to do anything. I'm not telling anybody to go and donate. I wouldn't do that. It's just there if anybody felt like they wanted to. It's as simple as that. Sorry I sound a bit low because I'm quite pissed off today. Yeah, like I say, money's a bit too tight to mention. Like I said before about this program to record PC, I'd love to go out and spend money on programming to record PC gameplay, but it's a hard old life, and I'm not the only one. There are hundreds of thousands out there, but this is my story. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Hope it didn't offend people too much, and I will see you again. Much love. Apocalypse done.